Last time on Keith Place PS4 927 Toronto Huskies franchise, relocation franchise. As you know, the Toronto Huskies won their second game, but this time it was on the road to Georgia State capital of Atlanta, the birthplace of Coca-Cola, one of the most iconic sodas out there, as well as the host of the 1996 Summer Olympics. So the Huskies won it 36-10. Offensive yards gained 360. Atlanta had 145. Toronto had 103 offensive rushing yards. Atlanta had 12 offensive pass yards. Toronto had 227. Atlanta had 133, the same amount of rushing yards we had. Offensive first downs, Toronto had 15. Atlanta had 5. Punt return yards, we had 36 there. Atlanta had nothing at all. Kick return yards, 85 for Atlanta, 83 for Toronto. We were 2 yards shy, by the way. 2 turnovers for Atlanta. Total yards gained was 479 for the Huskies and 230 for the Falcons. And we had 10 minutes of football possession and 1 2-point conversion. Now let's get to the passing. The statistics here. Joe Flacco, 158.3 pass rating, 39 passing yards, 1 touchdown. Andy Dalton, 146.7, 143 yards and 1 touchdown. Drew Brees had 133.3 pass rating, 50 yards and 1 touchdown there on the day. 99.2 pass rating for Matt Ryan, as well as a touchdown. Rushing wise, Chris Thompson, 9 carries, 82 yards and a touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, 6 carries, 40 yards and 1 touchdown. Receiving wise, Corey Davis, Mohamed Sanu, Christian Blake, and Rob Gronkowski, respectively, all had 1 touchdown. Let's see for the sacks. There was 2 sacks by Preston Smith, 1.5 by Cameron Jordan, 1 for Watt and Grady Jarrett, respectively. There were no INTs, but there were fumble recoveries, and there were no defensive touchdowns there. Now let's get to the beginning of the next up. Now let's move on to the next game. Alright, in this episode, we will be traveling to New Orleans, Louisiana, as the Toronto Huskies will be traveling down south to Louisiana, and this will be Drew Brees' homecoming back to New Orleans after spending his previous 14 seasons down there and winning Super Bowl 33. So here we are at the Superdome, and I think this is the first video ever, expedition and franchise-wise. So, host of Super Bowl 47, and the New Orleans Saints are ready to come out of the tunnel to battle off against the Toronto Huskies. James Bargan will be the quarterback. Okay, now it is kickoff time here at the Superdome as the Toronto Huskies are ready to kick off. And the New Orleans Saints will be ready to return. And the Saints are 0-2 without Drew Brees and Cameron Jordan this year. It's because they got traded to the Toronto Huskies for some practice squad players. So this will be 1st and 10 from the 32 here in New Orleans, Louisiana. Home of their state bird is the Pelican. That's why their NBA team is called the New Orleans Pelicans. So this is going to be a 2nd and 10 from the 32 here in New Orleans. Now, he's going to throw the ball. That will be an incomplete pass there. So this will lead into 3rd and 10 for the New Orleans Saints here in New Orleans. So 3rd and 10 from the 32. And he throws an interception. Trevor Williams, what a cool INT there to begin the game. Will it end up a pick 6? Does a front flip. They say yes. He gets it into the end zone. second interception of the season. 50-yard return, by the way, by Trevor Williams. And that is one great way to begin the football game. I think he did this scoring-wise back in week 1 when we battled off against the LA Chargers. I'll have that video in the video's link in the description below. So we're going to take a break. All right, this is 4th and 3. There was a penalty on the field, so now the New Orleans Saints will have to punt, and the Toronto Huskies will be ready to return. And we got the former Cleveland Browns and Pittsburgh Steelers secondary Joe Haden ready to return the punt. And he's going to run this out, and he's going to jump on into the end zone. Touchdown Huskies. 93-yard punt return there by the University of Florida product. So 4th and 3, they had to return. They punted it away. Joe Haden ran 93 yards into the end zone. Touchdown Huskies. And we'll see you guys when we're on defense. All right, this is 1st and 10 from the 28 here in New Orleans. Drew Brees throws the ball, and he passes it to a receiver. No, excuse me, not Drew Brees. And Deontay Harris gets his second reception of the football game. So the Saints are trying to aim their way forward, trying to get their first touchdown of the game, trying to get their first points up so they don't get trailed as much by the... And Jalen Richard is going to get stopped at the 9, so this is going to be a 1st and goal for the New Orleans Saints. So now we're going to blitz here on the defense. Here, and this Huskies defense is done pretty well. You saw that Trevor Williams 50-yard pick 6, and he's going to throw it to a receiver, and that will be a 2nd and goal from the 2. They're trying to aim their way to score their first touchdown of the game if they don't make this on. So now he's going to throw it. That will be an incomplete. This will lead it into 3rd and goal for the New Orleans Saints, as Toronto is still ready to play some defense. And they're going to hand the ball off to Jalen Richard, and he's going to get stopped at the 8. So this is now going to lead into 4th and goal. So they're going to have to do a 3-point field goal, I guess. I mean, they're not really going to score as much points throughout the game, really, because of how good Toronto is. And it's good, so the Saints are now trailing this by 11. So now Lightning Davis, the rookie, I think he is from Penn State. I don't know what college he's from. So he's ready to return this kickoff, and he's going to get stopped at the 33. So this will be 1st and 10. And we see Drew Brees step onto the field for the first time. This is his homecoming, by the way, back to New Orleans, Louisiana. And I'm thinking there's only 9 seconds left to go in the first quarter. I'm just going to run it in. And we're going to take a timeout. And we got stopped at the 39. So now this will lead into 2nd and 4 now for the Toronto Huskies as I throw the ball to Rob Gronkowski, the former New England Patriots tight end, 1-for-1, 10 yards there, and we'll see you guys in the second quarter. All right, it's 1st and 10 from the 49 here in New Orleans, and I'm going to throw the ball intended for Aguilar, too deep, by the way. So now this will be a 2nd and 10 from the 49 here in the Superdome. Home of Super Bowl 47, by the way, in case if you're wondering. They hosted many Super Bowls, even Tom Brady's first Super Bowl appearance and win with New England. This will be a 1st and 10. So at least he needs 1,000 passing yards, and we're halfway, so that's really good. And this is now going to be a 1st and 10. I'm going to throw the ball to Rob Gronkowski, makes a 1st down. 3 for 4 there, so 1st and goal from the 2. He should be able to get this into the end zone. Could have been a touchdown, but his hands were not out. in time, so that means it was not a touchdown, it was an incomplete pass, so this will lead into 2nd and goal for the Huskies, and Rob Gronkowski gets a touchdown. We're at our milestone with 8 receiving. He needs 8 receiving touchdowns to continue on the season with the higher XPs. We're likely going to win more games and possibly will win the Super Bowl. All right, 1st and 10 from the 29 here in New Orleans. Jalen Rashad gets a couple rushes, so this will lead into 2nd and 7 now for the New Orleans Saints. So now he's going to throw the ball, and he gets stopped at the 38 there. So this will be a 3rd and 1 for the Saints here. And now they're going to hand the ball off, and he's not going to get a first down. Maybe he will. I don't know. So now this will be a 1st and 10. Yes, he does get a first down. Trevor Greensburg with the stop there, the rookie from Pittsburgh, PA, that played college football at Penn State. So now he's going to get sacked by J.J. Watt there, his first sack of the game. We have our game day goals of at least 4 total sacks in this game. So this is 1 there. 3 more to go until we make our game goal. So we have lots of time. So now this will lead into 3rd and 19 now for the New Orleans Saints here. And now to a milestone. And he's going to get stopped there by Eric Harris. So this will be 4th and 23 now for the New Orleans Saints. So they have to punt. And Joey Haden is looking forward to return this punt. Last time he returned it, it was 98 yards. And it was scored for 6 points. What can he do again this time? Oh, he's going to run it. He's going to run it. He's going to get it into the end zone. And that will be a touchdown for the Toronto Huskies. And a 80-yard return. So he's pretty much had at least 170 punt return yards in this game. So that is incredible right there. And we're going to take a break. And we'll see you guys in the 3rd quarter. All right, now it is the 2nd half, and we are ready to return a kickoff. We kicked off the 1st half, and New Orleans returned. Now it's Joe Haden's turn to return for the Toronto Huskies there, and he's going to get stopped at the 24. So this will be a 1st and 10. Now we're going to use inside zone split for some Chris Thompson. We're going to hand the ball off to him, and he's going to run it. Does a juke move there, breaks a couple of tackles, does another juke move, a stiff arm right there, and a gain of 46 yards. So 500 offensive rush yards for our milestone. That's what we really need. So we got Le'Veon Bell ready to run this out, and he's going to run it, and he's going to slide on into the end zone. That will be a touchdown for the Toronto Huskies. 30 yards, by the way, in case if you're wondering. So we're going to try to convert on a 2-pointer here. We had at least 100 calls doing this because we did that in the regular season and we get it in, touchdown. And the Toronto Huskies defense gets a touchdown there. C.J. Mosley, the former New York Jets linebacker, James Morgan passes it to a receiver. The receiver loses the ball. They recover the fumble, and it will now be 43-3 here in New Orleans, Louisiana. All right, it's 1st and 10 from the 34 here in New Orleans, and Jalen Richard only gains about 2 yards on that play, so this will be 2nd and 8 from the 36 here in New Orleans. And now James Morgan throws it deep to a receiver, and he's going to get stopped at the 19. So they're in the red zone, 123 yards for this guy right there. And he has not scored a single touchdown as of yet. Now he's going to pass it to Josh Hill, and they're pretty close from getting it into the end zone for an 18-yard pass there. So this will be a 1st and goal for the Saints. And he's going to throw it, and it was incomplete. I wanted that to be an interception there. 2nd and goal now for the New Orleans Saints, and they're thinking about throwing the ball, and they get it into the end zone. Touchdown Saints, their first touchdown of the football game. And now this will be a 43-10 lead. The Huskies are now leading this by 33. All right, it is kickoff time here in New Orleans as the Saints kick it off. Joe Haden returns for the Toronto Huskies. He's going to return this all the way. Nobody's going to even stop him. He's going to return it all the way, jumps on into the end zone, touchdown Huskies. 98-yard kickoff return there. And we are going to take a break, and we'll see you guys at the beginning of the 4th quarter. Cameron Jordan recovered a fumble in his former home soil. Now it's 14-22. That's 50. 3 plus 7 is 10. And the Huskies recovered the fumble. So this means New Orleans got its 3rd turnover. We have 4 sacks in this game. And our defense is at an overall of 87. So Chris Thompson runs it into the end zone for 1 yard shy, and he will get a touchdown. And we are at 57. So our next touchdown, if we score another touchdown in this football game, it will be at least, we'll have at least over 60 points. All right, now we're pretty close to the red zone. The Saints got another turnover. They lost the football. Chris Thompson, however, is ready to run. So he has 3 rushes, 51 yards. So our drive goal, we're hoping to get a 1st down here. So we're 2nd and 6, by the way. So we should be able to make, well, it will be a 3rd down. So we do lose at least a yard. And this will lead, and I'm thinking we're just going to throw the ball here. And I'm thinking my receiver will be Nelson Aguilar to the Huskies, a former Philadelphia Eagle. Gets a 1st down. They get 1st and goal. So this is going to be a 1st and goal on this drive here. And now this will be 1st and goal from the 9. Chris Thompson, he's ready to run it. And it only gains about 2 yards on that play. So this will be 2nd and goal now for the Toronto Huskies. And now I'm going to catch in. Mohamed Sanu gets a reception. And if we do, it's now 63. It's going to be 64-10. And we're going to take a small break. That's it. The game is over. The Huskies win it big time on the road in New Orleans. So this Huskies offense, defense, and special teams have done really well today. I think Joe Haden had at least 3 kickoff and punt returns combined for touchdowns. So he might be considered player of the game. Trevor Williams, possibly because of his INT return for a touchdown. 71-10 is your final score here in New Orleans. We'll explain more about that in the statistic. All right, James Morgan had a pass rating of 58.5, 12 out of 21 there, 164 yards with 1 touchdown and 2 INTs. Drew Brees had 122.2 passer rating, 7 out of 12 there, 92 yards and 3 touchdowns in the day. Chris Thompson had 8 carries, 115 yards and 1 touchdown with 10 broken tackles on the day. So he did really well. Jalen Richard, 8 carries, 31 yards, no touchdowns. Le'Veon Bell, 1 carry, 31 yards, and a touchdown receiving-wise. Gronkowski, 3 receptions, 22 yards, and 1 touchdown. Mohamed Sanu, 2 receptions, 16 yards, and 2 touchdowns there. Chad Beebe, 1 reception, 2 yards, and a touchdown. Let's see defensively. Sacks, Jamal Adams had 3. Dwayne Smoot, Preston Smith, J.J. Watt, Demario Davis, and Eric Harris all had sacks. Harris and Williams both had INTs. And that wraps it up, everybody. I'll explain more about that in the next episode.